Lego is supposed to be creative, relaxing, fun, but somewhere along the way, things changed. People are waiting in virtual lines for plastic bricks. Sets sell out in minutes. Collectors hoard boxes like stock portfolios. Some people don't even open the sets they buy. Today, on episode 20 of Brick Nerds, we're talking about the dark side of Lego. We're pulling back the curtains on the parts of this hobby people usually avoid. From the stress of FOMO to the flex culture that's making fans feel behind. I'm Beckett, president of Brick Nerds. I love Lego. But after building a community of fans from ages 1 to 100, I believe loving a hobby means being honest about its problems.
Next level for the biggest fans. Building the world with our own two hands. From the latest news to the rarest finds, we're the Brick Nerds, the creative minds. We're the Brick Nerds. We're the Brick Nerds.
About its problems. Welcome everybody to the episode 20 of the Brick Nerds podcast. This one is gonna be different. Usually, we celebrate Lego. We talk about creativity, nostalgia, building techniques, new sets. But today, we're looking at the parts of the Lego hobby people usually avoid talking about it. Because honestly, there's some weird things happening in this community. And I want to make something very clear before we start. I love Lego. I genuinely do. But loving something also means being honest about its problems. And I think a lot of fans, especially newer fans, feel pressure in this hobby that nobody really talks about. Pressure to buy everything. Pressure to keep up. Pressure to collect. Pressure to spend. At some point, the hobby can quietly stop being fun and start feeling stressful. I think one of the biggest dark sides of Lego is the collecting mentality. Because Lego used to be, oh cool, I want that set. Now it's, I need that set before it retires. That is a completely different mindset. And companies know exactly how powerful FOMO is. Limited time promos, double VIP points, exclusive minifigures, retiring soon labels, the list goes on and on. Everything creates urgency. And suddenly, people aren't buying sets because they love them. They're buying because they are afraid not to. That's dangerous. Because the second fear enters a hobby, it changes the experience. And social media makes it even worse. You'll see someone with every UCS set, giant Lego rooms, shelves worth tens of thousands of dollars of plastic. And even if you don't realize it, you start comparing yourself. You start feeling behind, which is insane for a toy hobby. People are starting to buy 2 copies of every set. One to build, one to store forever. Some buy 10. And honestly, I think that changes the spirit of Lego a little bit. When people are more excited about resale value than the actual build experience, something feels off. And this has created a really weird culture where people track retirement dates like stock traders. Instead of, what should I build next? It becomes, what will increase value? The shift is fascinating, but also kind of sad. I think social media changed Lego more than almost anything else. Years ago, your Lego collection was just your collection. Now collections are content, and that creates flex culture. People are showing massive hauls, giant Lego rooms, thousands of dollars in unopened sets. And while some of that is genuinely cool and fun to check out, it can also make the hobby feel weirdly competitive. Like your worth as a fan depends on how much you own, how rare your sets are, how expensive your collection is. But the truth is, a kid with one Lego set can love Lego just as much as someone with a $50,000 collection. Maybe even more. So younger fans are just kind of being priced out of licensed themes and massive Lego sets. So that's just ridiculous because, again, some people, you don't have to have everything to be a super fan. And this part right here might be the most important part of the episode. Lego burnout is real. At first, the hobby feels magical. Every new set is exciting. Then eventually, there are too many releases, too many themes, too many exclusives, too many things to keep up with. And suddenly the hobby starts feeling exhausting. Some fans feel guilty for not buying sets. Some feel overwhelmed by backlog builds. Some stop building entirely and just collect. And honestly, I think a lot more people experience this than we realize, because modern LEGO moves fast. There's just too many themes, leagues, and must-have sets, all moving way too fast. People are feeling overwhelmed by unbuilt sets. This is insane, guys. What is the biggest problem in the LEGO community to you? I mean, really, I want to know. Let us know either in the comments or email us at bricknerds21@gmail.com. It's me. There's no robots, obviously. This channel is way too small for that. I want to be engaged. I want to know. I want to hear your story. And then also, if you guys like this and you want to keep up to everything, all the stuff from this episode will be featured in the Brick Nerds newsletter at the domain of bricknerds.home.blog. So please go there and please subscribe to that as well if you are a true brick nerd. And then I just want you guys to hit that subscribe button, and if you already have, make sure to turn on notifications. And if you're going to or already have, again, comment below. And also, if you don't want to do any of that stuff, but you are a LEGO fan, you want to be on the podcast, you can fill out a link that is a Google form for being on here. And then you can, if you don't want to do that, but you still want to support the channel, go ahead and fill out the feedback form, which will also be in the description and the newsletter. And you can win a giveaway on New Year's Eve. All right, let's get back to it. So after all this, you guys might think I hate LEGO, but I don't. You can see all around me. I love LEGO so much. It is an amazing thing. And actually, I think LEGO is still incredible. The creativity is incredible. The designers are incredibly talented, and the community can just be amazing. But I think the healthiest way to enjoy LEGO is to step outside the pressure. You do not need every set, giant shelves, rare exclusives, expensive collections to be a super fan. All you need is the part of LEGO that genuinely makes you happy. And maybe that's building, collecting minifigures, making mocks, displaying sets, photographing builds, playing with your kids, talking with friends. The list goes on and on. That is the real hobby, not the race. You don't need every set or rare exclusive to be a true brick nerd. LEGO is just about building, making mocks, and talking with friends. Every brick tells a story, not every price tag. So that's the dark side of LEGO. Not because LEGO itself is evil, but because any hobby can become unhealthy when collecting, money, and comparison take over. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think the biggest problem in the LEGO community is right now? And do you think the hobby is getting better or worse? Thank you all for listening to episode 20 of the Brick Nerds podcast. Whether you own one set or 1,000, we're glad you're here. And remember, every brick tells a story. We will see you next time on Brick Nerds.
Keep on building.